And they are depressed.
It is depressed. Oh.
The buttons are sad. I try to say the buttons are sad.
Indeed. All right, let's do this thing. Quiet on the set.
Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB, Radio Free Britannia. As the Oracle foretold, two idiots who would misinterpret the news so you don't have to. Live from Deltona, Florida, the avatars themselves, Jack and Laz. Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another exciting edition of Launch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the shroud of the Avatar news so you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices and ours, because they deserve to be questioned. It is Valentine's Day.
V-Day.
The VD Day, where hopefully you don't end up with VD.
I love you all.
Yes, and if you have a VD, then hopefully it's being managed properly, and you're not sharing it with other people. But yeah, giveaways are open on both streams. Hopefully, if you want to get in on the streamer bundle, remember you must be a Shroud player and type in !bundle me on both streams. That's twitch.tv/Cynicist and twitch.tv/NBNN News. And if you want to get in on the Steam key giveaway on Laz's side, that is going to be ! I love free shit. And on my side, that would be pound the bote. And I do have a fat cat in front of me right now that's asking for attention. Yeah. So what are your exciting plans for V-Day, Laz?
My exciting plans are to demolish this whole box of Reese's right here.
Okay, so that would be probably about 14 units of insulin,
I'm sure.
if not more.
Only 6, really,
So-
you know. But
No,
but-
it's
but
a lot of
that would,
insulin.
yeah, that would hurt you, that's for sure.
No, it wouldn't hurt. It would be fucking delicious. It would just make my blood sugars go way up for a period of time. And we got a cat in the background.
And a cat.
He did.
Exciting.
He just had to
The
pee a
cat-
little bit more. That's all.
The
cat-
cat is on the shelf.
Cat floating on the shelf. That's right.
Yes, yes.
He's a magical cat.
It's a very magical cat. I can sit there and do all kinds of weird things.
Debating whether he wants to go to another level or just sit there over your shoulder and hover. Looks like he's going up. And there's another cat right in front of you. I can see the ear.
Yes.
There it is.
Yes.
And then he's gone. What a disappearing act.
I know. He went all the way up into the top corner box and is resting there. Here, we'll put this cat over. The fat cat.
What's up, Vash? What's up, Sandy, Morkin,
Yes.
Goku,
Yes.
Paladin, Michael? Welcome, everybody. Did you notice something in your chat this morning?
No.
Right above your giveaways.
Right above my giveaways. Oh, that was from yesterday. The individual chatter.
Yeah.
That was yesterday after the show.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I did not, but I did ban it for.
Yeah. Okay.
You could have banned that at any point in time.
I don't like to do it unless I get your A-OK. So I figured I'd
It wouldn't be prudent for him.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of that chat, go to the red text for today.
The red text for today. What red text?
Yeah. The announcements from when you logged in.
Oh, in the game.
Yeah, in the game.
Okay. What about them?
The Make a Difference store is open for business here. 20% off the purchase price of these items will be donated to the charity designated in the listing. Remember when that was 50%?
Yeah, well, the really weird thing is I pulled that out and it shows up someplace else, but there we go.
Yeah. But I think.
Yeah, that's been like that forever now.
I know, but still.
Yeah.
Oh. Cat's on the top shelf. Will he cross the little bridge? Or is he just going to jump over?
No, he's going to jump on your shoulder.
No, hopefully not. That would suck because that's a fat cat.
So
I'm
going to drop this to you. This is a topic that we've previously covered.
Are you going to drop it like my nuts in game?
Yeah, I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to put it in the public chat. I'm just going to give it to you, and then I will let you look at the last post and then tell me whether you really think it's worth discussing or not. Because I have another related topic, which I will also grab for you.
Well, actually, is um that is something that Conjurer is wrong about. Or actually, Berrigan is actually wrong about.
Give me a second. I got to find this other one before I go. And let me see here.
Yeah.
Let me pull this back up. Yeah, well, yeah, I know that. I'm looking. I want to look for this other topic real quick, and maybe we'll talk about these too. Uh, 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 uh. As I've left it alone because it seemed to be really off topic, but now I'm going to actually have to do a search, I guess, for this. Come on, where are you?
Yeah. It doesn't help that Berrigan came off with a wholly false statement.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess we'll talk about both of these real quick because they're interesting, to say the least, and you know,
Yeah.
check this one out as well. Because this one, is just silly. Want to just jump to this one?
Yeah. Cock Gamer has a question about Lord British and Lineage 2. And we have a discussion here about Richard Garriott's activities at NC Soft. Is it true that Lord British was
Harriet's?
I know, but is it true that Lord British was the executive producer of Lineage 2 in 2003?
Yes.
Yes.
You know what's funny?
And then he does do a screenshot from Lineage 2 from 2004. And I'm just being convinced that he only worked on Tabula Rasa and has nothing to do with Lineage 2. And meanwhile, it says in Russian Wikipedia, he was the executive producer of the Chaotic Chronicles in 2003.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
Yeah.
It's funny how someone can have the name Cock Gamer, even though it's spelled K-O-K, but I can't have Poop McDinglefart.
I know. It's
Well,
proud of the consistency.
Yeah, first off, it could be pronounced Coke Gamer. First off, second off, it's not in game; it's on the forums.
Yeah.
So he's not a game and okay, I see.
Yeah, your forum name is not always your gamer name. That's right.
And you would know because you have everybody's name on your friends list.
Well, we can just check the friends list. Let me see my friends list and see if that's actually a valid. Not that I see there, and yeah, and not in game either. Not a valid name in game.
And the German version, he was the executive producer on Wikipedia in 2003. Conjurer going with Richard Harriet. Do you mean Richard Garriott? And he's like, Lord British? Yes. But yes, Richard Garriott was the executive producer of Lineage 2 for part of that. Let's see. Da, 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 da. And
Oh, that's interesting. There is a actual, yeah, KOK as a game name. It is, yeah.
yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah.
It didn't come up the
But
first time I looked at it.
yeah.
Yeah, so let's check the German wiki real quick, which, yeah.
I'm actually looking at the actual Lineage 2. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da,
Lineage
da.
2, The Chaotic Chronicles.
Yeah.
I don't see a staff list anywhere here.
Yeah. Let's see. Da, 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 da. I mean, it comes up as the executive producer on Richard Garriott's. But this would be NCSoft US versus NCSoft Korea.
Good point. Good point.
And then you can get a you can find order articles,
Well,
but where he
under
talks about it.
under the German link that is listed there, he's actually listed as
Yeah.
lead producer. Not executive producer. He's lead producer,
Yeah.
which is
Well, in the English version, it's the executive producer.
yeah. Let me see if I take that out and do it that way in the English version.
Yeah.
Is that the different word? Yeah. Yeah, see, there you go. In the English version, he's executive producer for all these that,
Yeah.
say lead in the German one. And of course, some of the other ones are just producer, which,
Yeah.
um, you know, um, yeah. Starting with Akalabeth, game designer and programmer. Why not executive producer, and all the other? Yeah.
Eh.
Ultima One, original conceptor, programmer, and graphic artist.
Yep.
2, game designer.
Game designer,
Yeah.
project director, programmer, and designer for Auto Duel. That was such a fun game. I missed Auto Duel. Can play it on a browser now. Yeah, it could be a language thing. I mean, there's all kinds of things because, like, so after Origin Systems, he founded Destination Games, which was a studio that was open up for a couple of weeks before he joined NCSoft. And for NCSoft, it was NCSoft US, not NCSoft Korea.
Right.
And
each one
Lineage, yeah. So he was the English version of the game, which was slightly different than the Korean version of the games, as far as like storyline quests and stuff like that. So that's where you can end up with, if you go into like Lineage 2 and you've got the original game designers and things like that for the under development, Korean names.
Tina, question about Lord British and Lineage 2 is the topic at the moment.
Yeah.
Which actually started, we didn't get to it yet, but there was another topic that brought up Lord British's involvement in this game. And,
Yes.
since we're talking about, this, that, the other thing. This is an older. This is from December. This has just been floating around out there, and you know, I left it alone because again it was referencing Lineage 2. But now let's pull up the topic. The other topic.
Yes. And did you
So,
want to start off with just Berrigan making the statement, Lord
well,
British, Richard Garriott.
no. Is
Or how far do you want to go back?
start with Queen Bee because this was on the topic of
Okay.
seriously, am I missing something?
Yes.
And
Why? Why?
we
Yes.
had covered all this down to Queen Bee. Well, to
Well,
conjure a dragon, and then Queen Bee came in this
yes.
past Wednesday, which we hadn't covered. So we'll pick up with Queen Bee.
Yeah. Well, Queen Bee says, why does anyone play a game? To have fun. So if you're having fun, you are getting it. Other than the overworld map, the game is very zoned, instanced. NPC towns, POT towns, and combat areas are all instanced, not zoned. But after that, some players prefer the zones they are in to set to private/party. So other than Castle Atos, you're probably not going to encounter a lot of players in zones. The real community in the life of the game is in universal chat. Hold on. Go to the game real quick.
Yes.
Bring up your universe chat tab.
It's always up.
Okay. I don't have it.
Last thing was my 12:59 announcement announcing we were live.
So the life of the game is in universe chat. So I logged in at 11:32 today.
Oh, so you saw Steve talking to himself.
No, I did not see Steve talking to himself.
Oh, okay. Well, from
so
11...
between 11:30 and 11:53, no chat.
So you
Then hi
see
friends.
11:33, 11:33, 11:44. You don't have those 11:44.
Last, remember for me that you need to add an hour, so 11:33 would be 12:33 on your computer.
No, mine is 11:33.
And I see 0 universe chat at 11:33.
Well, here's my universe chat for you. So just so I will put this in the public chat as soon as I get it to go over there. And I logged in at 11:33 my time.
Yeah.
Which would have been 10:33 your time.
Yes. So I snipped my chat for you so that way you can bring that up to where it's like you've got hi friends and then the announcement that we're going live.
Yeah.
In 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Let's see again. 11:59 is the right. Well, yeah, mine's 12:59. Yeah, you're right. Is my announcement.
Time zone, man. Time zone.
You sure you have? Yeah, I guess so because that was. And
so the life of the game is in universe chat. The life of the game is in universe chat, and that's rocking and rolling.
The life of the game is right here on the NBNN lot in Owl's Head. That's where the life of the game is. Remember that. There's more people visit this spot any given week out of any given year than any place else throughout the year because we're here 5 days a week for the last 10 plus years.
Yep.
So the life of the game is right here in Owl's Head.
Yes.
But now, interestingly enough, you'll notice that there's a quote that was removed.
Yeah.
Because if we try and click on that quote, you'll notice that it's gone.
Yep.
You're not even looking at it. Yeah.
No, I'm not. What's the quote that's gone?
In Bergen's post.
Oh wait, maybe I should go back to. No, hold on. So other than the castle, so if you need help or conversations, use the chat. Berrigan with, what's it all about other than
Yeah,
Britain
that's
making loads of money
that's
from
not
Rock
Bergen.
Haggis?
Yeah, Rock Haggis, which somebody deleted
Rock
that.
Haggis.
Somebody deleted that.
And Berrigan actually making the wrong statement. Lord British actually never received any compensation from Shroud of the Avatar.
Wrong.
That is not true, Berrigan. Now, the statements that he made on live streams was in when they were having financial issues, he would defer his paycheck, possibly, or take a lesser amount of his paycheck, but he was still receiving a paycheck.
Now, do you remember some of the other interesting stipulations?
Like you would always be paid back?
No, like a lot of times he was only taking minimum wage.
Or sometimes he would take minimum wage on those lean months.
Yes. Or when they realized that Texas law required anybody with a title to have to take a paycheck, so that's why they got rid of titles so that they didn't have to take paychecks.
Yeah. And so the concept that he'd never received any compensation is extremely false.
Yes. Tina, that's a weird one in Texas, according to Richard telling us that if you had a CEO, COO, treasurer, any of those corporate titles, you had to take a nominal salary or paycheck. But if you got rid of those, you didn't have to.
But the real thing is that he owned 51% of the company, so his plan was to make all of his money back on the success of the game, but due to failures of the team, the game never took off.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you.
It's hard for a game to take off when you don't market it either.
Yeah, and you don't charge for the game.
Yeah. And then Conjur's like, he did get his wage as CEO at Portalarium as long as he held that position. He got a paycheck. At times it may have been nominal, but he did receive a paycheck.
Yes, just like any normal employee.
Yes. It's kind of like the joke about Steve Jobs receiving a $1 annual salary at Apple. Right?
Yeah.
He took his payment other ways. So
he took his payment in stock.
Yeah. And all kinds of other ways that made him a multi-billionaire. So
it's like Elon. Elon doesn't get a paycheck. Elon gets stock options.
No, well, remember that executive pay thing was $44 billion.
What executive pay thing?
Elon suing. His pay package was supposed to be like $44 billion.
In stock options.
No, that wasn't just stock options.
Well, $44 billion is a lot of money. I don't think any company actually pays somebody that. But anyway. Yes. So that's the story with that. I had something else I was going to jump to real quick, but I lost my train of thought there because of.
Oh wait, it was $44.9 billion pay package.
Yeah, pay package.
Yeah.
How much of that was in cash and stock?
I have no idea. I'm not a stockholder of Tesla. Don't ever plan on being one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but Richard did receive a paycheck while he was at Portalarium, and it may have varied from month to month what his compensation actually was, because we don't know the actual pay, but we do know that they did have a $200,000 a month burn rate when they had 30 employees.
Yeah, Andrew, that's not quite right either. The starting funds was 1.9 million.
Yeah.
Wasn't 15 million. It was 1.9 million to start.
And that was actually the end of the Kickstarter was only like 2 million.
Yeah, that's what I said. 1.9.
So,
It was just
yeah.
shy of $2 million. Yes.
And then everything else after that.
I think what he's remembering is that them stating that they were the second highest crowd-funded game in history after a while with 15 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, second largest crowd-funded game in history over the full period of time from Kickstarter to release. But
Yeah.
but it wasn't the initial 15 million. The initial starter fund was only 1.9 million, Andrew.
Correct. Yeah. And here is the page to actually verify that. So that way you can actually see it. That they only raised 1.9 million on Kickstarter. Then after that, the continued raising of money was month to month.
1.919275, 22,322 backers.
Yeah.
Initially pledged for that.
Yeah. So.
Well, again, we're not saying he wasn't paid, but you know, staff ain't cheap. I mean, everybody complains about the small staff because they're not making money now. And of course, you can't pay everybody. We know because, again, when we started the very, very now semi-famous beer runs on the live stream down the Portalarium, Jack was visiting the offices on a regular basis. And, you know, we used to talk a lot with those guys. They would talk a lot with us, and we know that their burn rate was around 200,000 a month. They were making just about 200,000 a month. So,
and the burn rate was actually published in the Seed Invest documents, so that was public information.
Well, I don't recall that, but I didn't do anything in Seed Invest. So,
I read the documents.
Gotcha.
To sit there and say, "Oh no, this is not a good investment."
Yeah,
because I also hate the concept of non-voting stock.
Yeah, that was also my thoughts as well. So, anyway,
it's non-voting stock where you're not doing anything with it.
My you thoughts mean it's time also for us to time for us to
giveaway?
Yes, that's right. Time for us to do something like give away some goodies.
Oh man, and I'm gonna be giving a giveaway to Auden Bjornsson.
Mine's going to Morgan Mindy. Thanks, Lomir. Yeah, give Lomir credit for that one.
Oh man, yes.
Well, I expect when a guy calls himself Morgan. Of course, you have to end it with Mindy.
Yes.
It's a logical thing to do.
Okay, there you go. You are a wiener. But moving right along, let's change the topic to something a little bit more interesting, like death.
Oh. Death?
Death.
Death. Because
you are dead, and I
wants
am
to have
Reaper.
A death discussion. Hi, remember me?
That is right. It is in fact the year. Boy, Dice Blackheart posting again. This time I'm asking for a discussion on what changes I'd like to see in death. But rather than wishlisting and praying, I thought I'd ask what people thought of my idea before pitching it to the others.
Yeah, I don't think you can keep
Death.
that up through this whole.
What are you talking about? This is me you're talking about. Now, the real question is, can I even remember what kind of voice I was doing for that?
It's a weird skull. So there's a couple things I'd suggest. Corpse explosion. Currently death. Deals death damage. But from what I've seen, doesn't heal you. It has a chance to mesmerize with spec. Make it deal physical damage and change the mesmerize to a stun. And increase the stun chance scaling. Death touch. Right now, it's the basic health terrain. Sharing a spec passive with Death Ray, which is an unnamed chance to reduce the target's death resistance by 5, stacking up to 3 times. This is terrible Shroud math.
Purify gives you more death resistance than you lose from the spec effect. Therefore, I suggest the following skill instead. Soul Blight Weapon. So did you like that voice?
Not really, because I don't think most people would be able to understand you in the radio version of it later on.
Oh, with the extra scratches on top of the radio?
But you know they can
Well,
turn that off.
isn't death supposed to be raspy and all kinds of other things?
Yeah.
Who says?
I don't know, but the suggestion of a Soul Blight weapon, this would work like the Ignite weapon skill, but change the damage from DOT fire and fire resist reduction to death damage on hit and death resist reduction. This could heal you like the other death spells, but would likely heal very little per hit. This would be a spell that specifies that you can't stack it with Ignite weapon, so you couldn't double dip. I mean, wasn't that one of the things that was discussed a long time ago? That like if you go into the game,
Time ago,
you would have like your Ignite weapon, then you would have like crystallized weapon.
You can only use one. You can only stack one.
Yes,
Yeah, period. Yeah.
You would have like an ice weapon.
Yeah, that was like
electrical weapon.
What was the other one that they screwed the pooch on, which was
poison weapon?
No, hold on. Let me get here.
You mean for at a long time ago when like whenever you cast Ignite weapon, it actually showed all the different special effects around the weapon as well, instead of just flames.
So
they actually had stuff.
Which one was it? Tactics?
Oh
yeah, when they decided to give us dual wielding, but you could not dual wield two like weapons. It's then what the sense is fucking dual wielding if we can't do 2 like weapons?
Shroud logic, man.
Yeah.
And Tina's going old school with, I recall Death not speaking, but he does play chess on a beach.
Yeah.
You forgot the beach part, man. In black and white.
I recall Death going to fancy restaurants and having something good off the menu.
Yeah, but they actually already do have graphics for all kinds of special abilities to be applied to weapons. They just forgot to include the skills in the skill tree. They did the artwork for stuff.
Death for one likes loves Chicago style
Yeah.
pizza.
Summon Skeleton. This wee lad is a basic summon. He also is completely irrelevant as soon as you get your Lich. So rather than leaving him in a rubbish state, you could actually make sense of the fact that the spell requires you to have Corpse Explosion already. So how about the skeletons on death explode with a Corpse Explosion? Yes. That way you could still have a reason to run the skeleton. The Lich does more damage but can't do any crowd control effects.
So
Undead Mastery and Mummify.
What would be the point then? Hold on, let's bring up that skill here. That skill.
Yeah, he didn't forget it. He just didn't want to mention the beach. Death hanging out on a beach playing chess.
So summon skeleton, that would be a tier 3 skill. So you still wouldn't be able to summon the Lich if you had the skeleton out.
Yeah.
So what would be the sense of using that and when it died doing a corpse explosion if you still had to pick between one or the
Resummon
other?
the skeleton.
Or
He's trying to think of a reason to actually have a
reason for
doing weird things related to choosing one skeleton or skeleton over Lich. It does a lot less damage, but if it dies and it explodes and does an area effect of damage, it's a little bit cooler than what you get right now. I mean, he's just trying to make the skill a little bit more entertaining.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's like, you look at things like his next thing for Undead Mastery and Mummified Undead. These skills should be unified. Having them as separate skills makes sense when you realize both are about your summons. If you unified the skills, you would have the space to give a new passive skill that synergizes, but requires different investment. What? I don't know what his plan is there. Do you?
Yeah, no.
Other than a little bit of consolidation. Death Mastery. This currently increases healing you have from certain death spells. If you specify that you specifically heals you from death damage, then it makes it easier for players to understand while making the skill sound useful, which is still even in its current state. Don't see a plan really there either. Death Shield just removed the healing modifier. Stacking 130 spell with 110 spec gives me about a negative 31% healing modifier. I'm actively punished for using the shield. But remember, anytime someone hits you with physical damage, you're also getting healed.
Physical damage.
Physical.
Not
because
magical.
The QA team can't read the description of that skill to understand physical damage. Then
also keep in mind that let's get back over to that one. Which one was that? Death Shield. Okay, that wasn't the one that does it more as you're closer to death. Okay, I thought that was the one. Yeah, Death Ray was a medium range life drain spell that becomes more powerful the closer the caster is to death. So Death Ray, the closer you are to death, the more powerful it is. Which I always thought that was interesting, but
it's all Shroud logic.
Yeah, I never found it to work properly. Hence why, if you all look at my death tree, you'll notice that. I started on it, and then when y'all screwed the pooch, I said, screw that noise, and I'm getting out of the death tree because it just wasn't worth investing the points into.
They Shroud mathed it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If it was that good, I'd try and keep my health as low as possible so that I would get better, better gains than that. But not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent.
Yeah.
And then finally moving on to Life Tap.
This one is to replace the combination of Undead Mastery and Mummified Undead. The idea is here to make the summoner playstyle make more sense. The idea is that when your summons do physical damage, there is a % chance heal for a % of the physical damage dealt. I'm thinking like 5% plus spec ratio, chance to heal for +5, plus attunement ratio. Wouldn't that, if your summon does damage, wouldn't it be healing itself and not you as a player?
Then there's the Water Elemental.
Well, the Water Elemental casts a spell to heal you.
I think he might be getting at something like that.
Yeah. But the entire thing needs to be reworked anyways. I mean, it's
now again, my thoughts on this were if you were Death and you were specialized, you should be able to walk through the hordes of undead in this game being almost untouchable because you should be able to command all those Death
well, that would be good if they actually had a command undead that would actually change the faction of the undead.
Yeah.
Or an aura of some sort that would make undead in that aura pass a save or they become friendly.
I would make them come to your aid and fight by your side is what I would do. Yeah.
Now, the one thing is you have to remember in the lore, and I'm referring to the book that Lass has not read, the Obsidians, after they created all the undead, the one problem that they had with them was they couldn't control them consistently.
Right, yes.
So that's where they failed with the undead masses because they couldn't figure out how to control them well. But yeah.
Plus, they didn't get many rights.
They weren't allowed to vote. But yes, Cora would have liked to see an archer variant in addition to the mage one, and both should do something a bit unique to differentiate from the lich, but just being better. That's actually a great suggestion there, Cora, because archer skeletons tend to fuck everybody up. McMatty.
Would that be a summoned leech archer or just a summoned skeletal archer or both?
Summoned skeleton archer or even a summoned lich archer. I mean, variety is the spice of life, man. You got to weigh pros and cons for each one of them.
Yeah.
McMatty, my brother always wanted to make a Death Knight when he used to play, but none of the spells felt right because they're all caster themed for the most part. Dude, McMatty, you haven't figured out yet everybody's a mage in Shroud of the Avatar? Except for the one guy that wants to role play a purely melee guy? Yes. Lich. Yes. Tina loves the way that you say lich there, Laz.
Yes. Leech.
Yes. Would be nice if there was melee skills like in the tree, like Death Strike. If they can't add new skills to the tree, I have no idea how this would work, but changing out the combo system is a different topic.
Don't get us started on combos, McMatty. That's right. Don't get us
started.
Other
than from what I remember, haven't used in a while, the Lich was super slow and it'd be nice if that was sped up. Cool ideas from Adam Crow. A nice addition to Death would be some combos similar to Evaporate or Purifying, reduce Death resistance, Purify Burst and Juxtapose reduces Death resistance. I mean, combos in general, I mean, they're super easy to make, and They'll be
So
adding them
easy. I'm going to
tons and
be adding
tons.
tons of them very shortly.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Going to be adding so many, you're not going to know what to do with them.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly, Tina. That's why we harp on it so much. Combos are easy to add, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Then
yeah,
let's go to
you actually got to get off your butt to do it. Yeah, I mean, it might be easy to do.
for one, you actually have to have a plan in order to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
things. And without a plan, you'll never be able to do anything.
Yeah, I could fly if I wanted to. I just don't want to. Yeah.
Then after that, Deuce Blackheart with, I haven't touched combos, but I've already said before I like those a lot. I could actually see it being an easy shorthand that death spell plus other spell is some kind of debuff. One that sits in my mind is Soothing Rain and Death Field, which would heal you over time from death damage, but would make some kind of armor debuff. Honestly, I think that reworking the schools with more interconnectivity would be a good idea in general. Remember, they are going to get started on the combat system rework and plan as soon as they are done with the crafting, harvesting, node spawning stuff that they started last year.
That might take several years.
Yeah, especially with only like 2 people working there.
3.
Hey.
3.
No. 4. 3.5.
I was joking on the random number generator. 3.
Oh, 3. Yes.
3.
I've said it before on stream, but this game is a deck building game when it comes to combat, and more combos mean more people with active decks, which increases the skill cap of the player who can combo decks together. Sweat players will get what they want in more combat complexity, while existing players will have better trees. That's my pitch. Damn, I wish I could code.
Even if you could code, what do you think would help with that? You think they would actually let you code? I don't know about that.
Shroud math, man. Shroud math.
Yeah, we've got people who can code, but then when we have people who can code, they take them and run them off to other projects, and when they learn they can really get paid on other projects, you know what happens?
Yeah.
They follow the money. Follow the money.
I forgot to reopen my bundle earlier, so exclamation mark bundle me.
Well, you're saying that. No, mine's open. I got 7 entries, so thankfully we got a couple of minutes for people to.
I noticed the chat when the chat messages under mine. It's like, oh shit, I never reopened that.
So everybody who did bundle me on Jack's stream needs to retype it in so that they can get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly, Tina. He says, I like money, so I can't fault him. That's right. Once you find somebody who can code and you get them in there and they realize, I'm going to just point to David. They brought David in, but where's David been? I'm sure David followed the money to another project someplace else because you don't hear from him too often anymore. Nor anybody else who, might be, giving some time to this game. I mean, occasionally you'll still see Sanyo, but I guarantee you Sanyo's out there working someplace else as well where the money is, and not spending.
Well, you
got
to put food on the plate, man. You got to put food on the plate.
Yeah. Who?
Yeah.
That's right, Knight Rider. Who?
Yes. But yes.
Deuce Blackheart. Good topics for conversation, but unfortunately, you might as well have just wish listed this all because that's all it's ever going to be is a wish list item. Yes. It's never going to get to anything more than this conversation you got started here, and more likely than not.
That all goes back to they need a paradigm shift in their thinking related to their business plan.
That's right,
they,
Tina. Somebody's got to pay for
in
your
order,
chili cheese fries. Is that what's for
yeah,
lunch today?
someone like, it's like, what do we do to actually be able to pay employees? It's like, you have to look at your business plan. How do we make money? And it's not just subs because, hey, you need to sell Kodos and Kodo packs in order to bring in more money. Hey, you might as well bring back the once a month 4-hour stream telethon and with a bunch of rares and start getting money coming in and attracting new players. In order to attract those players, you still have to fix all kinds of stuff that was originally done.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tina,
that
I
mean-
know because you talk about them so often. That's why I get a kick out of it.
I wish I had some chili cheese fries right now.
Yeah, but I picture like these cheapo cafeteria garbage chili and cheese that just tastes so good, even though it's like one of the worst things you could eat for you.
You mean that can of nacho cheese?
Something
that
like
just says
that.
nacho cheese
yeah.
that somehow like sticks to everything.
Yeah. And the canned chili con carne, it comes out in one big blob.
Yeah. And right now my leg is itching. It's not supposed to be happening. Oh,
There's that cold
am I going to
weather
end up
over
with
there in
skin
Texas.
left? Oh, it's 46 degrees outside right now too.
Yeah.
I had to put on pants. I got a coworker coming over. Oh,
they make
this
their own
feels so
chili, and it's cheddar. So what do they do? Just melt cheddar right on top? That's even better. But every time you say it, I still have that picture in my mind.
I will say that recently I did eat the Wendy's chili and baked potato.
Just
Separately.
something about Wendy's. Just I've had it like twice in my life, and both times I got sick, so I'll never go to a Wendy's ever again. But I know people swear by that Wendy's chili and baked potato thing.
Well, their chili is probably the best fast food chili. Of course, I think it's the only fast food chili, but
not necessarily.
No, it was
Steak and Shake.
Waffle House.
I like steak
if I'm
and
going
shake
to a
better 'cause
Waffle House, I'm eating waffles
No, yeah.
and pancakes.
you don't put.
A lot of
you don't
people
put
go to
chili-
Waffle House for the chili.
You don't put chili on top of your waffles.
Yeah, really. What kind of Waffle House person are you?
I've never actually eaten at a Waffle House. I've never been inside one.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing.
And I'm not a Canadian right plan, so no Tim Hortons for me.
No Timmy's? No.
Well, I think there is actually a Tim Hortons opening up in Austin. I don't know where in Austin, but yeah. Tim Hortons is American? I thought it was Canadian.
It's American Canadian.
It's American Canadian. It's all over Canada.
Yeah, it's an American company.
It's North American. It's North American.
There you go.
It's in one of those countries. Oh, it's bought out by Burger King? Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that,
man.
right, Clan? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for that information.
Yeah. Across Niagara.
Yeah.
But you know what's really
start talking
American?
about cheese curds, and I'm gonna be like, what are cheese curds?
What's really
American is us
giving away
streamer
free
bundles.
shit. That's right. Us giving away free shit. That's really American. So let's get to it. Let's close out those giveaways.
No, if we did it the truly American way, we would actually be charging in-game gold for these things. But Michael Berg getting my streamer.
Oh, look at that. He's getting
bundle.
my streamer bundle too. Congratulations, Paladin
and
Michael.
You know who's getting my Steam key?
I don't until I look at it.
Tina.
O'Neill.
Yeah, Tina getting a copy of the Broken Sword trilogy.
Wow.
And
Are you
the
getting 3
Broken Sword
games or just
trilogy, I don't know. It's the fun part is doing a search for the Broken Swords trilogy. It's not returning any games.
really?
Okay, so I don't know how much it is.
You don't? I just highlight them and go search, do a Google
Yeah.
search, and it's not giving it to you.
Well, it's given all kinds of shit. But there's like even a Broken Sword 5, but I don't know if it's all relative
Yeah.
or related at all. So, Broken Sword trilogy for Tina. No idea
All
what the
right.
actual value is.
And I am pulling my final giveaway, and that's going to go to Ogden Jornson. And you are going to get yourself a copy of I Am Not a Monster First Contact, which is $10.99. Yes, $10.99. I Am Not a Monster First Contact, going out to Ogden Jornson. So, congratulations to you, and of course, thank you all for joining us yet another week right here on NBNN. We will be back next Monday right here on NBNN. Till then, I'm Laz,
I'm Jack.
And I'm Lomir.
and we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all on Monday.
Bye bye.
Have a great weekend.